Bryce's grandfather said that Juli was a girl with backbone and told Bryce to let go of his prejudices. After that incident, Juli stopped talking to Bryce, which made him feel unexpectedly sad, even though he should have been relieved. He wanted to apologize but was too proud to say the words. Juli's father brought her a gift to cheer her up, a painting of the sycamore tree. Juli fell asleep every night looking at the tree and realized that her perspective on things had changed. She began to question whether she still liked Bryce. At the school science fair, Juli's hatched chicks won first prize. She raised them in her yard, and they laid many eggs. Juli brought some eggs over to Bryce's house, but his father looked down on her dirty yard and thought the eggs must be unclean too. He told Bryce to throw them away. Juli brought eggs to Bryce every day, and not wanting to hurt her feelings, he had no choice but to secretly throw them away each time, until one day, Juli found out. Bryce had to tell her the reason. His father thought her house was dirty, which deeply hurt Juli. Juli was determined to clean up her yard. As they chatted, he realized that Juli reminded him of his late wife. He strongly agreed with Juli's belief that the whole is greater than the sum of its parts, and said the same applied to people. So, that night, Bryce's grandfather came to his room and said he knew about the eggs. He told Bryce that a person's character is formed from a young age, and that he should go apologize. Bryce did want to apologize, but Juli kept avoiding him. One day, he saw her watering the lawn and finally mustered up the courage to say sorry. Juli looked at the awkward, timid Bryce and, for the first time, took a holistic view of the boy she had always liked. She suddenly felt a bit disappointed. She told him, "You have a good grandfather. He's taught me a lot." That evening, Bryce took a walk with his grandfather and they came to the spot where the sycamore tree had been cut down. His grandfather said the view from the tree must have been beautiful and that Juli was a good girl. Those words made Bryce sink into deep thought. In that moment, Juli realized how difficult it was for her father to take care of her uncle and provide for the family. At school, Bryce found himself unable to stop noticing Juli. Not knowing what to do, he could only confide in his friend and seek advice. But the words that came out of his mouth ended up agreeing with him. Juli happened to overhear all of this in the library, and now she was certain she no longer liked Bryce. On the way home, Bryce kept thinking about why he had agreed with an opinion he didn't actually support. He suddenly realized that he had always been just as prejudiced and superficial as his friends, but now he had woken up. He wouldn't care what others thought anymore. He was sure that he liked Juli.